December 2023 was the best month of my self-publishing journey so far. I managed to achieve royalties of $16,966. However, the new year has brought a reality check with it. My royalties have dropped by 70% compared to last month. Some might think this is terrible news, but it is just part of the KDP cycle that repeats itself every year. I was expecting a sharp decline, as I mentioned in my previous video, and so I'm quite emotionless about the drop in royalties. If you are noticing a massive drop in sales compared to December, you will want to check out that video. I will tag it in the top right. It might just save you from quitting Amazon KDP. I will quickly run through my January data, such as advertising spend, top 10 best-selling books, and so on. But before I do, I want to let you know that my next video will be a questions and answers type video. Now, I've never done a video like that before, so I'm very excited to get that out for you. I have several questions already, courtesy of the members in my Facebook group, but if you would like to add yours to the list, please leave them in the comments section below. This is a great opportunity to ask any burning questions that you have about self-publishing and how I approach certain things. I also welcome any personal questions too. You may wish to know how I juggle a full-time job, self-publishing, other online businesses, and having a young child or things of that nature. I really don't consider myself a self-publishing expert, but I have sold over 135,000 books on Amazon. So depending on your questions, I'm sure my answers will give you some helpful insights and hopefully help you to sell more books. Right, now let's jump into the income report. For January, I only managed to publish 2 new books. This is better than most Januaries, as I'm normally so sick of creating books after Q4 that I just take a break for a few months. But the past Q4 was the least stressful one I've had, so I was quite happy to make a few books. My top 10 best-selling books helped to bring me around 45% of my total royalties. These books are a variety of planners, logbooks, and activity books. The new line journals that did incredibly well during Q4 have unfortunately fallen outside of the top 10 spot. My hardcover sales were up from the previous month, which is a small win, but I'll take it. Those books returned royalties of $437, which is about 8% of my total royalties. Now on to my expenses. Here you will see the usual suspects. The only difference is that I did not outsource any work this month, and my advertising spend always fluctuates from month to month. My advertising spend was quite high for January at $1,686. January is always a bit of a tricky time for advertising. I spent over $3,000 on advertising for December, and so it is always a bit challenging trying to drastically reduce the spend for January. The reason why it isn't that straightforward is because there is an increased amount of competition during Q4. This means that typically we need to increase our bids to stay competitive during this period. However, once Q4 is over, it takes a period of adjustment to find out what bid prices should return to and where they perform well. Luckily, I cover these insights in the Amazon Advertising Blueprint course, which will help you to not waste so much money on ads. The link is in the description if you are interested. So if I take away my expenses from my royalties, I am left with $3,368. Like I said at the beginning, January has brought my royalties back to reality, but I was prepared for this, and I am still very grateful to be earning this kind of money from a side hustle. Hopefully I can hit close to $5,000 in royalties for February, but it all depends how my Valentine's Day books do. Okay, don't forget to leave me some questions. I will try my best to add the most helpful ones to my next video. If you want 100 self-publishing tips that should help you sell more books, check out the video at the end. Thank you for watching. Take care.